Jay's fine.
Well, everyone in the chat said he had.
So he's just done the old, shake his ass around.
What?
He did his old shake his ass, move on his seat, and then that move on his seat, it was like, Jay's sound is working. I want to fight him. I want to fight him.
No, I don't want to fight them.
You do, you want to fight him online and give him what's what. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Diogo Dalot, and Kyle Walker.
It's tricky one, that.
Tricky one, that. I'm scared of this guy's a spitter, because I feel like I'm going to get coated in what looked like bird shit. We sit down, first drink, and Caz the swine just goes,
"Are you ready?"
"We are ready to rock."
I can't believe you just fist bumped me.
Fist pump you before we start the show.
Is it fist bump or fist pump?
Fist pump.
Is it?
Fist boom.
Been saying
Fist
it wrong
pump.
for years.
That's what? You've been calling it fist bump?
Fist bump. I thought that's...
Oh,
Were you like
God.
bump fist? Why
Yeah.
pump?
Pump. Fist pump.
Oh,
Boom.
no.
Well, you know, Frankie does it. She tries to knock you out like she's trying to punch you.
I have to have a word with her about that.
Yes. Kids and fun and everything else. We've had a weekend off, though. No kids.
Yep. It's been quiet.
Very quiet, actually.
Actually looking forward to having the noise back, weirdly enough, later.
Do you get that, like, you get, like, not so much withdrawals, but, like, when you're on your own, kids are away and stuff, you've had that first day where you're like, woo, yeah, this is great. And then, like, the day after, you're like, oh.
No, I'm all right when they text me. When they ignore me, then I start feeling a bit lonely.
Yeah, like, they don't care.
I think I sent Frankie like 18 messages on the road and she's not answered one. But
No.
she's 9, so I'll let her off.
She's brutal, though, isn't she? She's
Yeah,
brutal.
If she doesn't want to talk to you, she'll just say goodbye and hang up.
Yeah, she's also brutal on the pitch as well. Little steamroller in the middle there.
I know, yeah. She's starting to use her body a bit more now, isn't she, and learn.
Yeah, well, she was doing it as we got beat at weekend. I think we could start there, really. Football matters this weekend.
We have to start with a loss. That's like so negative.
Well, we're hoping that all of the losses actually come into a win, because United are actually playing after the podcast recorded.
I don't know what you mean by all the losses.
All the losses?
Well, we've not had all losses, have we?
Yeah, well, this weekend.
Okay.
But we'll go back to what you're alluding to in a minute, which is obviously the cup final. We'll talk about that in a second. But right, we're on Frankie then, kids football, more beef with refs.
Oh,
Caz,
can't have ever
you went on
shown
the
me
pitch?
having a go. I didn't go on the pitch.
You did. You literally. I was stood on the sideline. You were practically on shouting, because I think the guy was deliberately ignoring you. Just explain, like, what happened.
Yeah, I mean, you were there, so I don't need to explain too much, do I? But
No, but why you chose that moment to actually shout over?
no. So basically, they're under 10s. Their coach was reffing the game, and sometimes that happens. You don't have a ref, and they ref. And typically, the rules are that you're not supposed to coach a team and ref the team at the same time. But obviously, you know, you get little bits of coaching. I think it's natural; it just comes into it. But this guy was literally coaching every single thing. Like, we scored first, and he took them for a 5-minute team talk. So some of our parents started to have a bit of a moan about it, and then you feel the pressure coming because, one, you're seeing something that's not right, and then also parents are having a bit of a whinge. So I thought, right, we have to say something. So the other woman who I was coaching with, she said, I'll have a word with him at half-time. So it comes to half-time, and she'd not said anything. So I said, did you have a word with him? She went, yeah. I went, what did he say? She went, no, I didn't. But, right, okay then.
Leave it to me.
Yeah, so a few minutes in, and it just got worse and worse. So then I just shouted over to him. I think I just said something like, ref, got his attention finally. You can't coach. And he just looked at me, and I thought, he's not happy. He's not took this well. And I said, ref or coach, can't do both. And he just shouted back at me, well, do you want to come and ref it then? And I went, no, because it's not my team. And I got my back up a little bit then, because I just thought, there's no need.
Arrogant. From the sidelines, it looked like he was just up himself, and he couldn't handle that his world-beating team, which they were a good team, give him his due, a few good players on that team, but world beaters were getting beat by your side, and he couldn't handle it, and he was struggling, and tried to sort his girls out from in the position of referee in the middle of the park, where it is at a disadvantage. It's quite off-putting, actually. I've never seen anyone do it that much.
Well, imagine what our kids were like if they've got no one on the pitch.
You stood there, like, waiting to start again, just twiddling the thumbs, like, what's going on?
I know. But I did go up at the end of the game and try and shake his hand, even though I really didn't want to. But I thought I'd be the bigger person. And I shook
you were that small compared to him.
Yeah, all right, the bigger person. But no, I went up and I shook his hand, and I said I wasn't being funny. I said, but you can't really be coaching them. I said, it's not fair. And he just, rather than just accept it, he just started arguing with me again.
Right.
I'd like nothing more than to be on the sideline and just said, get a ref then.
Yeah, like everyone pays subs for the referees, like, and you don't have a referee, so
you liked it though. You was at little bar the bridge.
Yeah, that was something I'd never seen before. So this is the world of Manchester. Collyhurst, we were playing in Monsell. If you know the area, you know the area. You know what I'm talking about. But like we strolled up from car park, and we're like, I said, that'd be great there if that little van there was a burger bar or a little sandwich bar. It was early morning on Sunday, 9 o'clock kickoff. You know, you just need a coffee or a brew, something nice for just to watch the game with. Rolled up, it was a bit flamboyantly coloured in. I was like, this. I said, you know what, it'd be great. Oh, it is, because when we turned around the corner, it opened up and you could smell the grease. I was starting to get excited. Food, drink.
Definitely exaggerated now.
No, walked over, and then you seen the list. Jaeger bombs, tequila shots. It was one of these mocktail, cocktail bars.
Did you see anyone actually buying them?
I didn't, no. Well, it was under nines at that level. At that stage of the day, it was at under nines. But like going to a butty van and then seeing Jaeger bombs on the menu along with cocktails, different bottles of lager as well. This was 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
This is what it's like in Monsell. This is Manchester Sunday League or like lower league football that we've got to deal with here.
Football.
Yeah, kids football, like under 10s, sorry. And you've got Jaeger bombs on.
Well, that's starting your
Jaeger bombs on the sideline.
Starting your bank holiday Sunday the right way, isn't it?
Yeah, because it carried on. I had a bit of a sore head this morning because we had a few bevies, didn't we? Like,
I got lucky. I felt all right this morning.
Yeah. I was ready for like carrying on, and you were like,
you were
no.
so giddy. You was like, let's go back out.
Let's go back out. And about an hour later, I was pot noodled and cabbaged on the bed.
Pot noodle and crumpet. Do you know what made me laugh? You went on your evening show last night and you said, sorry everyone about changing the time. I've had a lot on today.
Oh, thanks. Throw me under the bus here with this.
You've been
I did not say I've got a lot on. So FUTV, I thought, you know what? I know we're going out for a few drinks later.
I stopped you in here.
I just put a nice community post on the channel. I said, look, like, I don't like to change the schedule that much. I understand that everyone likes the schedule and stuff, but I've got a few commitments that I have to attend.
Commitments.
Yeah, they were alcoholic commitments. Thanks for throwing me under the bus. Obviously,
you're welcome.
We're not going to hide away on this podcast. It's about being real. But I just thought, you know what? It's bank holiday weekend. I think people will appreciate actually having a bit more time in the day, and then they can go settle down 8 o'clock, watch the show, me and Jay, and then what happens on the show? Technical meltdown, and I do a disappearing act, leaving Jay on the show running it himself, and I'm just sat back listening in and coming in with the odd comment here and there. Because
what was interesting about that, you weren't on camera and you had quite high numbers.
Yeah,
so maybe it's
that's it. I need to do some disappearing act. People don't like me.
And Jay made quite an entrance when he came in as well. He was.
You're gonna have to explain it now.
What are you laughing at? I just meant all the backing of things.
But if you watch the episode, we might actually clip it up on air. Actually,
I don't think Jay will be too impressed if you do that.
Well, we've got to be honest. This is what we always said on the podcast. So I set up first of all. We didn't have just one technical meltdown. Like Jay couldn't hear me at first, so I brought Jay on to the show. We're live at this point. So Jay's on, he cannot hear me and doesn't know that he's live.
And he's banging around.
And I'm like, Jay's on the screen right now, everybody. Welcome him to the show. Jay, have you had a good bank holiday weekend? How's it going?
And Jay's like this.
Nothing. But then the moment Jay just moves around on his chair and you message me, Jay's fired.
Well, everyone in the chat said he had.
So he's just done the old shit. Shake his ass around.
What?
He did his old shake his ass, move on his seat, and then that move on his seat, it was like, there you go.
Was it the chair or was it Jay?
That's going to be the debate. Someone let us know what you think if you've actually watched it. But
Jay is actually due over at week, and I don't think he's going to be too impressed with you now.
Well, Jay's going to make it. Hopefully, we can get Jay on the podcast and have a little chat with him about life and farting on live shows and stuff.
He's definitely not going to come.
I'm going to dub you into Jay and say, Caz Mess is missing, Jay farted.
No.
Yeah.
Don't do that. It's mean.
I'm sure he'll find it amusing anyway. Look, you got to go. Sometimes.
It didn't go. I hope he didn't go.
Not in that sense, but Yeah, it was a good day yesterday, and finally we had some decent weather. We got scalded on one side as we were sat outside of the beer garden, which was nice.
Arm each, didn't we?
Yeah, one pink one. But it was good to actually have a stress-free weekend with no Manchester United football, which was good in a way, but I miss football when it's not on a Saturday or a Sunday. I hate Monday night football.
It was a really quiet weekend, and we didn't even get any gardening done, did we?
I don't know. You know what? It's weather. It's just shocking, wasn't it?
It actually rained on Saturday, so I did let you off.
Like the other 2 days, and you know how busy it is. Like flat out. Like we're literally recording this on match day right now. It's going out tonight, so this is the day we're recording on the day it's actually going out. And you know what amount of content there is on a match day.
Might bring us good luck. This.
What, doing the podcast before a game?
Yeah.
Well, I've not had one win yet on a watch along on TIFO, so
right. Well, we're due one then, aren't we?
Overdue one, but we'll see, and we'll talk about that probably next week, maybe. But it has been a quiet one. It's been a strange one, like you said, without having the kids running around. But we've had plenty of company online, plenty of comments coming in as well from our watchers, from our subscribers. We did ask people last week what questions they wanted answering. They've come up with a few. I
think there was some like anecdotal kind of like, you know, what kind of things would you like us to bring up or talk about? And we had some good ones come in, didn't we?
We had some doozies, yeah. I think the stew one, wasn't it? Doozies, yeah, doozies.
You and your words, honestly.
Yeah, no, listen. They're going. That's what's happening.
Don't listen, because we'll get back into the chip balm debate, and I won that last week.
No, you all idiots. Anyway, the walking with the missus down any aisle in the supermarket, being there longer than what you need to be. Stu was very detailed in his...
Stu, it was Gray.
Oh, Gray, sorry, Stu. Gray got dragged to shopping, didn't he?
Gray always gets dragged to shopping. I think like he's someone who's in your chat all the time, and I feel like recently is always at a garden centre or at the supermarket. I don't know.
As long as he's got a beer in his hand, he seems all right, doesn't he?
Guinness.
That's one thing that you're not, actually. You don't hang around in supermarkets. You like to get in and out, and it's like...
It's freezing.
As a man, that's like, yes.
It's always so cold in the supermarket. And honestly...
there's fresh food in there.
I believe once the summer comes, they just make it even more ridiculous so you don't want to go in. But you're weird. You kind of like going in, don't you? You think it's nice.
Nice temperature in supermarkets. No, I'm just excited that you don't like to hang around and dwell in the aisles and look at everything.
No.
You threw everything quite quick, and that's really good. I like that.
I'm quite efficient, but I do like to get a bit of a deal, a bit of a bargain.
Oh, yeah.
Or more like, I don't like being ripped off.
Yeah. It's not so much ripped off, but any deal, you'll go for it. You could have... you could pay the same amount for something, but because one was dearer... and then there was a deal on that, bringing it into line with the price of the competitor, you would go with the one that had the deal on it just because you felt like you was getting a deal, wouldn't you?
I have no idea what you just said. You've really just confused me.
No, you know what I mean? It's like if there's two things at the same price, but one's reduced to the same price as the other, you'd go for the reduced one, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because you're getting a deal.
Yeah, I feel like I got a bit of a deal. Why did you say it that way the first time?
I did say that. You just weren't listening again. Explanations are just, they don't like clock in with you, do they, all the time?
No. So that was one of the questions. What else did people...
Good one from Babs, actually. Babs came up with a good one, like how we are received in the mainstream media world now as a YouTube channel. It's very interesting because I was at Wembley with you a few weeks ago for the semi-final, and Josh, and I was talking to some of the media, as you know, and some of the journalists, and a very outspoken one, let's just say that, aren't they all? But he was telling me while I was working with my former employee, mentioning no names, that it was talked about in the media, in that press box, and when we was on tour and things and doing other stuff in the media circles, that it was a shame that I was part of that former employees, because I was actually a nice guy and came across really well, and everyone actually likes me and has got time to talk to me. I think that went down really well for me. I took that as like a big positive, but it's difficult. YouTube, social media world to mainstream media world is a completely different animal altogether. And I think we are respected in what we do. Like social media side of things, YouTubers, you can see now like the crossover from social media to mainstream media is all clear, isn't it?
You've got obviously your experience, and you've been a few times. I've only been once, so I guess from my side, I've seen it from a different kind of angle. And I think for you, I think you're lucky that you are the way you are, because you're really chatty and you're not shy. You're not kind of nervous to go up and talk to people. And I think people really warm to you. So I think in a way, like, your personality helps you, doesn't it, in that kind of world? Because if you kind of, I don't want to say shy, but if kind of like into yourself, or you're not, kind of outwardly spoken, then you're going to go in there and no one's really going to pay any attention to you. So I think it helps that you are just a bit of a chatterbox.
Yeah, that's always good.
Yeah.
In them circles. It's good. Like, it goes well. Like, it's like you're approachable, I think. If you talk well, and I think you're approachable, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you talk well, but you definitely talk.
Yeah, all right. I said the jabs. Seriously, come on. That question from Babs. There's been many others as well, like praising us and talking about how difficult it is to actually do the podcast and getting up there and just talking. Especially you. You've got a lot of people saying, "Well done to you for doing it for the first time." Behind every great man is a great woman, as they say. A few of them comments in, so that's good for me, for you.
There's a lot of love in the comments. I'm waiting. I mean, I'm hoping obviously that it takes off, and I mean the views we've had have been amazing. But obviously, if we get more, then I'm starting to think we'll have less friendly comments. So I'll have to prep myself for that, I think.
Yeah, you're always going to get the negative comments. Yeah. You're always going to get them. I've had plenty over my time. Some of them, I think some people are actually asking in comment sections, like, how do you handle like the hate and
you do well with that. I think I struggle with the hate. You get more than you do.
Yeah, you do actually. To be honest though, when you're looking at someone you love and someone who you're close to getting all of that ridicule,
like
all of that hate, you go into protection mode. You're dead right about that sort of thing. You do constantly. I'm just like, just let them go. I want to fight them. I want to fight them.
I don't want to fight them.
You do. You want to fight them online and give them what's what. Like, act the big one, don't you?
I just want to tell them that I'm right.
Yeah, you are most of the time, because half of the comments that come out are absolutely ridiculous.
That's what it is. You know what? Sometimes you get comments like in the after the show on the video, and it's like, I honestly have no problem with people who have a different opinion, and sometimes I quite enjoy just listening to what other people have to say, or reading their comments. And I don't see it that way, but I know what you mean. And sometimes you can get into quite a nice little debate, but sometimes people are just so rude and nasty, and I think, what is the point? Like, why? What do you get out of actually going on there and writing something like that? And they're the people that really wind me up. Trolls.
What about that one? I remember it. You said, "Look at this guy." You sent me the screenshot of it.
Yeah.
Because we know nothing. You said, and you sent me a screenshot of the message, and it was a guy just gone into a full-on, like, complicated essay on how much money I actually earn, why I was stupid to do what I've done. Like, it's like he knew exactly what we were earning and what YouTube paid out per view and everything like that, and why we're doing this. If you was a former employee, you'd be on this wage and getting this much exposure.
All this about yourself.
I'm like, yeah, okay, mate. I completely wrong and way off the mark. And I looked at that, and my first message back to you was, I absolutely love that, because it just shows you how clueless some people are, and especially the haters. They are completely millions of miles off the reality of what actually goes on. And no one will ever know what happens behind the scenes, other channels and things like that, or what we do. Like, we're trying to open up our lives on this podcast to what it's like in handling a lot of the stuff. Like, I was in the van with Frankie and Millie after a show, like literally trying to finish up a show early to get across to your final with both of the kids in.
Oh, we're talking about the final now.
Frankie was a mascot. We're panicking for time, trying to rush across, all this, trying to squeeze it in because of the schedule. Yeah. But we did get there, and luckily it was well worth it.
Yeah, so I think the kickoff was 7:45, and I think you set off at what, like 7, and it was a 30-minute drive. Mm-hmm. So I had to come out and meet you at the gates to get Frankie.
It was a numpty trying to get through the turnstile.
A numpty.
God, like, seriously, like, just one of them, like someone trying to operate a card machine, trying to get in, stopping us, and you have to drag Frankie through the VIP gate down the side.
I know, I think she liked that bit, didn't she? That was the only bit she was happy about, being a mascot.
But the game itself, like, you've got your trophy there, you've got your medal.
We've got
anyone who's watching on YouTube, you can actually see this. Obviously,
we've got some props. So I'm holding up the trophy that I won. Needs a bit of a clean, actually. Just keep it sparkly.
What's that? Player of the match.
That was the player of the match, which I was especially pleased to get because I got that. I'm knocking the mic now, but I got that same award last year when I played in the final with my other team, and then that's the winner's medal.
Very nice.
It's plastic.
And let's go into detail about scouting situations. FC United were there, very impressed. Semi-pro team. Watching you, leaving comments with some of our coaches.
Yeah, I don't think they were watching me. I think they were watching.
Well, you made them watch you because you were stand out.
Somebody asked from their team, I think, how old I was. I made an inquiry, but I think we've joked about this before. When they find out how old I am, I don't think they see much sell-on value.
I'd say, yeah, sell-on value's not there, but you'll get guaranteed goals for a season. It's like United, isn't it? There's Bayern in there, one of them players that's still got it, but clearly hasn't got.
You're almost jumping in as my agent right now, aren't you?
Well, I said this to you, and you laughed it off the other day, and that's the Instagram scouting system within women's non-league football.
You were right on that one.
I was right. I said, I know exactly what's happening here. So the team that you played in the final messaged you on Instagram.
The team who came first in the league.
Sorry, yes. So that was the title deciding game the week before, which you lost because of the refereeing beef. Anyway, they messaged you on Instagram. I went, watch out for that next message because they're being nice now, but I guarantee they're trying to tap you up.
Yeah, they were being nice, and I was like saying to you, no, I think they were just being nice. But I think what they did was they were waiting for the final to play out because I got a message off them the next day, and it was like meant to say, if things don't work out at your football team now, give us a shout. And I was like, how do I answer this in a polite way, but not saying that I'm going to go and join them?
Awkward.
That's because you as a man, that's so easy. Like, you would just write. I think I wrote a response out like 15 times and deleted it because I've wanted to be polite still.
Yeah, men just don't have that.
No.
They don't have that in there.
Oh, think, don't we?
Women are definitely they've done a really nice thing. I'm like, no, they're being snide. They're trying to take you. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to take you away from the team that's been promoted with them. Like, why would you even think about going to another team in the same division when you're pretty much at a level playing field and you like where you are now and it's closer?
Women's football's changed though, because when I was playing years ago, it wasn't. I don't remember it being like this. Then again, I suppose Instagram and things weren't as big. Maybe
True. Yeah, that's it. Instagram.
Social media influence.
Yeah, because there was a social media influencer on their team, wasn't there? Up front.
Oh yeah, there was a PT. I think she's got like 180,000 followers or something.
Big news.
And she said I was fast, so I took it as a real compliment.
Yeah, Caz stood out above everybody else, as you'd expect.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I did get player of the match, so yeah, okay.
You did.
We'll go with it.
Yeah, you did stand out. You got the third goal. You got player of the match. You won.
It was getting tense actually because it was 2-1. And I was like, please don't send this to penalties because I absolutely hate penalties. So I was relieved to get that goal, but it was one of them goals where I think someone shot and the keeper saved it and I made the run to the far post. And as it came to me, it was literally one of them, sometimes where you hit it and it can, if you hit it wrong, it can go over the bar. And I was just praying, like, don't do anything stupid. But yeah, I was happy to see that one go in.
Yeah, and then the champagne flowed and you legged it. Don't get it in the hair.
Yeah, I didn't want to wash my hair straight away.
Kind of says anything because they were probably all keen to get out and have a celebratory drink, and all you could think about was getting back and getting home to bed.
Throw champagne away, like, just do a little bit and then save it so we can have a drink. No,
I hate champagne anyway. It's crap. So yeah, no, you can throw as much away as you want for me. Yeah. Well, no, you want to get back home. That recovery time has been a struggle. I think we're both feeling that. We both go to the gym a lot, both train and look after our bodies, but getting old definitely has an effect on the body. It's absolutely killer. I don't know how you do it in playing football and taking the kicks that you do. Because what was it, the coach, you found out later as well about what their plan was with you?
Yeah, our coach saw their fullback and apparently at half-time they were told just to kick me. Which, yeah, they did.
Yeah, they tried to kick you, but they got a bit tired. And
Yeah, I got stood on quite a few times, so probably get another new toenail. Joys of football.
Yeah,
I still got a stitch.
Yeah, what's going on with the stitch? Like, Caz, you've had a stitch now for
Weird.
a week.
If someone knows, I'd love to know the answer. I actually want to know, like, why did
Anyone
you get...
medical
why did
background
you
in
get a stitch?
the chat.
And then, for me, if it's a really bad stitch, it's 5 days now since the game, and if I go for a walk, the stitch is back. Like, not to the same degree, but it's just there. It's so uncomfortable.
I don't understand it. Like, do we need to get that checked out? I don't know. Like,
I'm not daddying.
A stitch is annoying as hell. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know anything. I've never heard of anything like it, like having a stitch for over a week. But if anyone knows in the chat, then let us know, please. But yeah, it is bad recovering right now. Like, my hamstrings are on fire constantly. Like, going to the gym, like, recovery times are horrible. Trying to stay fit at this age is a nightmare. Trying to fit this in with all of the work and schedule and everything like that. And it's mentally draining, but then physically when you're trying to keep up...
We're just old, aren't we?
We are old, yeah. You do feel it now. Like, people say, wait till you get to 30, you start feeling everything. Wait till you get to 40 and you're still trying to do sport at a decent level. Like, oh...
There's someone on my team, isn't it, who's 49, and honestly...
I don't know how she does it.
She works
I don't know how she does it.
off as well. But she did send me a funny video the next day. She said she was around at her mum's, who's a bit, obviously, older, and she's got a... What is it, what they call them?
Stair lift things. Stair lifts, yeah.
And she said she was using that, so I said, send us a video then.
Oh,
and
God.
she did.
Star. She's an absolute
Yes,
star.
mate.
Look at this.
And then it was like, the really slow stairs.
Half an hour to get up.
She's brilliant.
Something else that we laughed about this week was something I stumbled upon by mistake on WhatsApp, was when good old Graham was messaging. Graham, bless him, he is very well educated within football. He likes to talk a lot, and we have some great conversations, but his voice is quite slow.
No, you can't say it like that. But
no, it is like...
He speaks...
Slowly, yeah.
His voice is slow.
Yeah, his voice is slow. He speaks slowly. That's just the way he talks.
He's going to have you for this.
He will have me for this, but it was quite funny and quite amusing. We got a 5-minute voice note.
I think we'll say he's very considered in his speech.
Yeah, considered. He's very detailed. I seen the 5-minute voice note come up. I was like, oh, this is going to take me ages to get through this. And I didn't know how it works at the time. I didn't know you could actually do this, but speeding up the voice.
That's a game changer.
Fast forwarding the voice. So it went from 1 to 1.5 speed.
You just came in and you went, I've learned how to make Graham sound normal. He sounds like a normal man.
So we got Graham's speed on his voice and he sounded like he was talking normally. Yeah. And that's so, it's a life-changing moment.
I actually wish we could play that back so people could hear the difference before and after.
Yeah, no, I think with Graham, I mean, like, he does a lot. He does a lot of travelling. He's up and down the leading country following United. I've got a lot of respect for him. He does put the time and effort in to Manchester United. He's always on the chats and everything. He's a big supporter of the channel and does.
The game tonight, it's Crystal Palace. Has he got a wait?
I don't know if he is going to that game tonight. He might be at Brighton. We're at Brighton as well.
Yep.
So we've got a lot of travelling to do coming up. Like, these next few weeks, we're pretty much like tied down, aren't we?
Made the most weekend. Of this week. We've got home tonight and then away tonight, so we're not there. Home on Saturday, Arsenal, is it?
Yeah, Sunday Arsenal and midweek Newcastle. But luckily they're at home, so it's still busy, but at home. And then it's Brighton, and then Wembley, and then a few days later, off on the plane. That's a plane.
Good one.
There you go, up in the sky. I cannot wait for the season to finish.
I'm
just to have a bit of a
dreading that
break.
Anyway.
Why?
Because I just got this weird feeling that we're going to get on a plane and there's going to be some big breaking news, like something's going to happen, and you're going to be an absolute nightmare for 8 hours. Is it the flight?
8-hour flight.
I can see you like knocking on the. Is it the cockpit where the pilots?
See if we can get Wi-Fi in the air.
No, we have to land somewhere else. I need to go live.
Up in the air. Excuse me.
Do you know who I am?
Yeah, like, this is important. Erik ten Hag has been sacked, or Erik ten Hag has been given a 3-year contract. I need to go live now. Can you land the plane, please, Captain?
It'd be great if they had Wi-Fi. I could probably get away with it. I don't
They have got Wi-Fi.
Streaming quality Wi-Fi.
No, it won't be. It won't be. Can't do it. I've been on them flights before. Like, long haul is a killer. It is. But I've got my extra leg room for my long legs.
Long legs.
Long legs. Yeah, I've got my extra leg room.
That means you have to sit next to a stranger, though.
I don't care. You got to sit next to Millie and Frankie.
I'll have the kids, you have to stranger. Which one's worse?
They probably hear the kids and not want anything to do with us.
Yeah. No, they're not too bad now. They're a bit older. It's when they're really young, keeping them entertained on a plane.
Nightmare. Oh, we did lots of flying around last year, didn't we? Like, it was
Feels
really
like we've
busy.
not been anywhere now. It feels really quiet.
I think this next couple of weeks now, in travelling up and down the country, driving, and then we're on a plane and we're back.
It'll be interesting to see where United actually end up finishing, to see if we're going to be travelling much next year or later this year.
Yeah, where are you at? I mean, we did some recording outside of Old Trafford, and we was asking people, like, bench, start and sell of certain players between United, Liverpool and Manchester City.
Yeah.
And it was like everyone was completely baffled. We had one guy who was absolutely blown away by the conversation. He couldn't figure it out at all.
Tricky,
like,
that.
But yeah, it's a tricky one, that. It's a tricky one, that. It's like he was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. And,
He's like, chicky one, that, chicky.
yeah. But, I mean, you answer, I mean, I said it, I did it to you.
Oh, you can't test me on them.
Yeah, I'll do one to you. So,
Nightmare. I don't like it when you throw these things on me, you know.
Haaland, Nunes, Højlund.
I think we did this one. Unfortunately, it's going to have to be start Haaland, isn't it?
Not bad, yeah.
Højlund, bench, Nunes, sell.
Nunes, sell. Yeah,
I feel comfortable with my decisions there.
I think that's a good one. I'll do one more with you, just to see, because this is a more tricky one. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Diogo Dalot and Kyle Walker.
It's a tricky one, that.
Tricky one, that.
Go on, say it again.
Walker from City, Trent from Liverpool, Dalot from United. Well, you just said to explain it.
In that order. Walker,
What?
Trent, bench, and Dalot sell, unfortunately.
You're selling Dalot.
I don't want to. I like Diogo.
I thought you liked Diogo.
I do.
You've met him and everything.
I know.
I can't believe you're ditching him.
I'm being honest.
No.
Oh, what would you do then?
I would...
Is it a tricky one?
Tricky one, that, yeah. Tricky one. I would actually do the same thing. Reality. I'm not stupid. I'm not one of them red-tinted glasses types of fans. I'll just say it as it is. And, like, unfortunately, United haven't got many good players at the moment. So, yeah, I would be getting rid of Dalot, sadly. But he's come up against two of the best there, and that's why. So, I don't think we can... I don't think we can... honestly, hand on heart, say that he is better than the other two. But yeah, people on the street, very, very, let's say, conflicted.
You get some characters, don't you?
We get some great characters, like just talking to random people. Like, we have nicknames for all of the people we meet. It's like when I'm talking to Josh, I'll go, I can't say one of them because what's the name? It's probably not.
What's the name?
No, I don't even think it's politically correct to actually say it in that way right now. So I'll avoid that one. But we have me, myself, and Irene Mouth.
I had to get you to explain that one to me, didn't I?
Cotton Mouth. If you've seen the film, me, myself, and Irene, you know exact moment what we're talking about. And this guy came up, I was like, I'm scared of this guy's a spitter because I feel like I'm going to get coated in what looked like bird shit. That was all around his mouth. I was just like, what's going on with that guy? He was a great character and talked really well and passionate, but I was sort of like just making sure that I wasn't getting any spit, like froth bits on my face or anything like that. But no, there was him. There's been loads. So that's what I love doing, like talking to people. But it is a complete risk as to what we actually get. It could be anything. And like Babs, when we did Babs, like she just came out, spoke with passion.
Just a 5-minute vlog. And
went completely viral. Just talking sense, and some people just go in there and just explode like Andy. Like, literally, that guy is. If you haven't watched a football match with fam, we talked about Nick in the stands, but I've watched one game sat next to Andy Tate, I'm
It's an
nutter,
experience.
and it was Liverpool 4-3. So you can imagine the levels of emotions in that game. It was up, it was down, it was like a merry-go-round of football emotions. And Andy, wow, that guy lives for football. He lives for Manchester United. That guy is one of the most passionate guys I've ever met in my life, and I love him.
Weren't he hugging like everyone all around?
Anyone who could get his hands on, anyone who could get his hands on. I think guys were like leaning over from 3 rows back, trying to get all it went off in that game. But yeah, that guy there, there's always that one guy that you look at and go, I wonder what his life's like.
I love his mic drop, when he's finished and he just walks off.
Yeah.
Full on dramatic.
Yeah. We're going on a title charge at the end of the season. That's it and all that. Yeah. You're a fool. Gone. He's absolute comedy gold, that guy. He really is. But he's just one of them people that you always remember because of how he is and just how he reacts to things. He's an absolute star. I'm glad he's actually been on the channel, because he's what's the name? He's balanced a lot of arguments out as well, and that's good and what we like on our channel.
Yeah, he has a different opinion to you on keeping Old Trafford, doesn't he?
Yeah. That's what you want. You want different opinions, and you want it to be. You want different voices. You don't just want it to be one.
That'll actually be interesting to find out at the end of the season if we hear more on what the actual decision will be on Old Trafford.
Like you said then, I'm worried about the end of the season. The end of the season is going to be mental.
Yeah.
That last week of May after the FA Cup final, I think it's all going to go off at Old Trafford. It's going off big time.
I was actually joking with you yesterday because we just got out and we sat down in the sun and had our first drink. And I do this sometimes just to wind you up. I'll pretend to read something and go, and then break some fake news just to see the look on your face.
Yeah, sat down in the pub, beer garden, day off, boom, morning content done, finished. We sit down, first drink, and Caz the swine just goes, what do? You just go, oh, Ten Hag. I'm like, what? What? I'm just about to say my first sub. He's like, what? Anyway,
I said to you, you would literally have to run home, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I was like, what? And she's like, oh, only joking. Oh, you fucking bastard.
Yeah, but that's what our whole summer is actually going to be like, for real, I think.
That's the reality, day off, gone, breaking news.
Finished the drink, though?
No, I ain't got time. But to drink it on the way.
Don't know if they'll be happy with
nick the glass. Yeah, nick the glass and leg it, get back home. But that is what we are going to be preparing for this summer. It's going to be absolutely crazy. So we'll see what comes. But that is episode 3 all rounded up.
That was so quick.
It was mega fast, wasn't it? That I can't believe how long we've actually been going. I think it's the longest one we've done.
I reckon we're on an 80-20% split on you talking versus me, so we're getting somewhere.
No, I don't anywhere near. I think you definitely took over today talking about the football side of things.
We'll watch it back and see.
Yeah, so I think you can clip it up as Jaeger bombs at under-10 Sunday League at 9 in the morning to leaving the pint cold full to go and break news on YouTube.
Leave the pint cold?
Yeah, nice and cold. Leave it cold. If you leave it any longer, it's going to get warm, so you're leaving it cold. You just don't understand the explanations at all.
Go with that one.
Yeah. She's trying to make me look like a fool. Anyway.
Fool.
Yeah, you are a fool. That's it, guys. Get your comments in. Let us know anything that you want us to talk about as well. And the next episode, that's episode 3 done. Caz, thank you again.
Thanks.
Yeah.
For chatting with me at the breakfast table.
In our habitat.
Nice.
Yeah. Cheers for watching, guys. We'll see you in episode 4.
Thank you.